This came across my Facebook feed a little bit ago, and well, it's been about 5 hours now. And this is the Schumann Resonance updates with Marguerite, and I follow her and a few other pages on the different solar flares and coronal mass ejections and things going on there. And for the new moons and full moons for about the last year, I've been charting, if I have it available, the numbers of the areas, in particular sunspots that are flaring. And I've noticed a correlation with the new moon and full moons, and often with Jupiter. So Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and so I've just been kind of playing with that on the side. So she posted this, and this is the Schumann resonances all being insane, and I think there were some more pictures below it. Limitations with the laptop. I observe things. I collect data. I have so much, it's ridiculous, on different subjects. And so I was just looking and pulled up a chart. This is Mr. MBB333 that I follow, and he had posted this yesterday on February 16th about this big old coronal hole. Stretches 500,000 miles beyond it. There was apparently on Earth also a similar shape formed. It looked like it was in clouds. I don't think I screenshotted that for this video, but you can go see his page and see that. And in astrology, Earth is always opposite the sun, so that reflection was kind of synchronous. So this was the article I saw yesterday about it opening up, and that the effects can stack: magnetic field disturbances, aurora surges, radio and signal disruptions, subtle grid instability, 500,000 miles of exposed solar atmosphere. It's not a flare, it's a gap. Open magnetic corridor pouring high-speed solar wind straight toward Earth, and that's what Marguerite's been showing. The KP index, the wind speeds, and the bottom part of that was about the sun doesn't need to explode to make an impact. Sometimes it just opens. Are you seeing auroras, tech glitches, pressure shifts, or unusual skies where you are? I feel the flares generally when they're happening. I can tell in my body from the aches, the pains, the different things. And the Schumann resonance. It's another one of my weirdnesses I've developed. But that's why I started paying more attention to these things. Mr. MBB333 also posted about a huge CME eruption with the Earth-facing window in 72 hours yesterday. So, very interesting. This is the picture from that post, and then you can see the coronal hole here. So what I look at are the transiting planets and planetary bodies up in the sky. And that's all of these here in the green. And they go this direction. This is the U.S. Sibley chart. I can't exactly pull an event chart because I don't have an exact time. This has been going on for a couple of days now. So the planets are all moving this way. And we have some really big things going on with Saturn and Neptune at the world axis point at 0 degrees Eris, and they're approaching conjunction exactly, I believe, on Friday. Today is, I think it's Tuesday. So we also have Kaali, which is chaos and destruction, but she's also the goddess of awakening, of the Kundalini. So I have hope. And then we have Apophis, is also here right nearby at 1 degree, 12 minutes. And this is the U.S. I see here, opposite the midheaven. I'm not going to focus too much on the U.S. Sibley chart because this is more of a global thing. And of course, I don't have a Earth birth chart. So we have Apophis, we have Kaali, we have Saturn, we have Neptune, all here in Eris, which is ruled by Mars. Now, Mars is at noon today, 19 degrees, 17 minutes. And I will just point out that it's squaring the frequency of the US. So interesting there. But what we have in transit here, we have Jupiter, Kronos, and Hades. Now, Kronos and Hades, along with this Zeus, are Uranian objects from the Hamburg School, and they're considered hypothetical. But they're running very close together. And as I said, Jupiter here expands anything it touches. Kronos is another Saturn from mythology and has a very interesting backstory with Uranus. And Kronos was the youngest son of Uranus, Sky, and Gaea, Earth. Now, I do have a Gaea here. I'll get to that. So Kronos is associated with time and agriculture, symbolizing the cyclical nature of seasons and harvests. And he overthrew his father, Uranus, which allowed him to rule during the mythological Golden Age. He's the father of Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. Okay, so Kronos embodies themes of time, power, and the cyclical natures of life, making him a complex and enduring figure in mythology. This is from AI, pulled it up for me from 2 different websites and combined them. A prophecy had warned Kronos that one of his children would dethrone him. So to prevent this, he swallowed each child at birth, and when Zeus grew up, he forced Kronos to regurgitate his siblings. This led to the Titan, I can't say it, the Titans and the Olympians. So there's been a whole lot of mythological superhero movies involving all that. So that would, a lot of people would recognize that. And, of course, Saturn is the Roman equivalent. All right, so we have Jupiter and Kronos here. And the Sun, right down here, is square to Uranus. And it was exact yesterday when the coronal mass eruption happened. And it's also making a trine here to the Uranian Zeus. And I point that out because there is also an asteroid Zeus. And they are in an inconjunct, a quincunx to each other right here. And connecting here to Uranus. So the Sun is square Uranus, but it's connecting to this Zeus and that Zeus. And to Gaea here, 2535 today is almost 26 degrees. Now right next to those, we have EMP is running right next to Gaea. And square to Eris, which is the discord and strife. Then we have it also connecting to BAM, which I've seen with explosions. When a transformer exploded in my neighborhood, I charted it anyway. So BAM. And there was actually one again this morning in my neighborhood, now that I think about it. So, right across the street from me. So Uranus is chaos and disruption. It's technology. It's AI. It's the unexpected chaos. And in some mythologies, Zeus is considered the sun god. There's actually quite a few sun gods, and somewhere I have them all in a list and have charted them out. But anyway, so we have frequency at 1417 is making an inconjunct here to Jupiter, Kronos, and Hades. And it's opposite Aurora. And it's very close to the Schumann here. That's asteroid Schumann at 1319. And this is Koronis with a K, K-O-R-O-N-I-S. It's the closest I could find for coronal hole. And those are making a trine to Pholus when the cork is popped. Quaoar is running with Pholus, which is a cosmic influx. So, like I said, I do always hope that this is just an awakening for people, that it's sending in frequencies to upgrade our DNA, because DNA is very much involved right now with our Aquarius new moon. Also connecting to Jupiter, Kronos, Hades frequency, and Aurora, and closely to Schumann is Mercury, which is communications. That would include things like the Schumann Resonance indicators. Now, we do have astrology that is connecting back to 1989, and that is when the Schumann Resonance started being measured. So we had a bunch of solar flares back then also. So yeah, very, very interesting little things. If you wanted to compare it to the U.S. Sibley chart and take any of these numbers on the outside that are traveling this way, and compare them on the inside, and we do have this grouping here at 0 degrees is square to the Aurora, and Apophis is coming up square to the BAM and Venus. We have Venus and North Node are almost conjunct here exactly. These are the nodes of fate. And one other thing I wanted to make sure and mention, let me regroup. All right, Uranus, Uranian Zeus, Gaea are making a Pythagorean aspect, triangle aspect. And that has a very special evolutionary, karmic evolutionary meaning. I see it often, but I don't play with it a lot. And this is from a file I have from Dane Rudyard, Evolutionary Aspects. And he played around with the angles, like I just showed. And the side number 3 represented man. So that would be the square. And that numbering 4, the material world or fate, so that would be a trine right here. And the hypotenuse down the middle is a creative power of providence through which man can overcome fate and adjust the material world to his need. I'm not even sure how we are going to apply that. I just found it very interesting that it's there. And when I was scanning it real quick, refreshing my memory, it's associated with volcanic mountains, fire, and the mind. The volcano in Hawaii erupted again. I believe it was just yesterday. And there is an asteroid for that as well in Hawaii, and I've charted that. And fire and Pyros would be Mars. So, not predicting anything. I'm not one of those people that freaks out big time over stuff, because if we can't control it, all we can do is roll with it. So, anyway, I just wanted to point out some of the things that I saw, and they will do with it what they will. We do have frequency square Schumann also in the U.S. chart here, making it in conjunct here to the EMP. And if we had, where would be the hypotenuse? Would that be pointing at Eris here in Chiron? I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm just making a video showing some of the things that I saw when I pulled it up. And anyone can do anything with it. Please give me credit if you do. And check out Marguerite and Mr. MBB333. I had to go look it up. It's too many letters and numbers for my little brain. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see what all this brings. Hang in there.